Rogers, the Bunny Man. I'm sitting here with my friend Mike Finney. Today we're going to talk about solar. Like, I've always been really interested in solar, and what I have found is I've probably seen 3 deals now to where like solar adds value to the home. Like, they knew that there were, the house loan, and then there was a loan on the solar, and then when the appraiser went out there, it appraised, add value. I think it even went a little more, which I was really surprised because I'm like, how much can solar panels really bring value to a home?
Absolutely.
And it does, and it maintains value. Where are you from, Mike?
I'm from Kansas City, born and raised, but I've lived in Texas, DFW, for 12 years now, so it's home.
Oh, you're here.
Yeah, my boys were born here. I'm Texan,
Even sounds like it's
yeah. Well, Kansas, Texas, it's the same kind of people, and but I love it down here. I'll keep everything in Texas except for the sports teams. I love my Chiefs and Royals, and then the traffic.
Wow.
The Kansas traffic is much better than Texas traffic is. So.
And it's hard to be a Cowboys fan. As a Cowboys fan, I was born in Irving, so I mean, I don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
Like, I was born here, and
but you got the '80s teams.
I lived like I don't know. We walked. So the first football game I ever saw was a Cowboys game. It's Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
I was probably 5 years old, and so it was a steel curtain. It was awesome. But my babysitter back in the day at his apartments we lived at took us over. He talked to the guy at the gate, got us in, probably at no cost. And I saw Pittsburgh Steelers, Cowboys. I'm stuck here. I can't do anything about it. But we're going to talk about solar. So I'm going to ask, so there's 6 questions to ask about solar that I came up with. I don't know if they're good questions or they're not good. It's my fault. It's on me. It's not on Mike. It's my fault. Is my home in Lantana suitable for solar?
Yeah, so now I haven't looked at your home, but there's a lot of things that we take into account. So the whole goal of solar is to replace your higher energy bill that you're renting. So you're renting energy right now from the utility company, and replace that with a lower monthly mortgage rate. I'm sorry,
you can do that. I like what he said. With a lower mortgage
solar rate.
Solar rate.
Yeah, so you go from paying for more money for a liability to paying more or less money for an asset. So you're locking in rates. Imagine somebody coming up to you 3 years ago asking you at the fuel pump, do you want to lock in your gas rate at $2.30?
Yes.
That would have been a good investment. Energy is the same way. It's getting more and more expensive. So this is the only way to hedge your bets against future increases.
And I agree. It's kind of like, man, the same thing with the gas prices. Like, I was looking into a Tesla, like, before the gas prices skyrocketed.
Yeah.
I drive a hybrid now.
Yeah.
Camry hybrid. I get about 40 miles per gallon. It's definitely a value.
Yeah.
So, man, I wish I would have won Tesla. What's wrong with me, man? I'm the money man. I should know better.
Yeah.
So I do know that there is solar in Lantana. Like, I've seen it on houses, so I know it's feasible for it to be there. So it is a possibility.
It's a possibility. You can have. It depends on your utility. CoServe. We work with CoServe. Encore. We work with Encore. We build the proposal to where you have the best financial return on investment. So I'm not going to overbuild and then have CoServe capture your equity. I'm going to underbuild for CoServe, and you're going to have about 80% of your energy needed coming from solar, and then about 20% you're going to be grid tied, and CoServe is providing that.
So that's how do you find an appropriate or a great installer?
That's the question. That's the most important question. A lot of people buy the first solar that they're exposed to, because all of these companies make solar look good because it's a great investment. I would advise anybody to shop many companies. What I do, I'm set up very, very unique in that I have 9 different partners, solar partners that I shop through. So, and these guys I've done installs with, I know how they operate, they have good prices, But I put them all against each other, and they bid for one project, and the winner of that project is the one that I show to the customer. So I put in the legwork and find these installers. I'll let you know, hey, this company is a little bit more expensive, but they can get installed in 30 days, or this company is a little less expensive. It might be 90 days for them. So there's a lot of differences between all of these installers, but at the end of the day, I'll get you the best warranties and best prices. But shop.
What incentives are available in our area? Is there governmental incentives?
So none right now in Lantana, except for, so right now there's a federal tax credit of 26%, which is 26% off your entire solar deal. So if you're getting a new roof, and we need, we do it at the same time as solar, we can extend that tax credit to the roof as well. So there's a lot that can be played with.
Wow, that's a big savings.
It's really, really exciting. But they also have local incentives. Denton City Limits right now has local incentives. They're adding, most of my installs get $5-6 grand in local incentives in Denton right now. So we're always keeping our eye out for that kind of thing. And going from there. But that tax credit I was telling you about, next year it goes to 22%, so it drops by 4%, and the year after that it's gone, as it sits right now. So that's ultimately why I chose to go solar when I did, because I was like, okay, I'm going to hedge my bets. I don't want to spend a bunch of money on technology if technology is going to get less expensive, or, I was trying to figure out when to buy.
But it's kind of like what you just said about gas prices.
They're going up.
We could have hedged gas prices. I mean, think how genius we'd have been, or if we would have stored up baby formula about what we could have done there. I'm just saying.
That's what it's all about. And these costs are going up. The energy costs are going up.
Is net metering available in our area?
Yeah.
I don't even know what net metering means.
Yeah, that's what I was going back to about CoServe. So we dive in. You have to make sure to dive into whatever utility you have's net metering policy. It's basically during the day your system is producing all the energy that your house needs, but it's producing more energy. So that goes back to the grid, and your utility company stores that in form of credit. So, and then at night when you're no longer producing energy, you start pulling those credits back from your utility, and that process is called net metering, and you want them to pay dollar for dollar. If they don't, we want to check to see if what they do for excess. Most of these companies in Texas right now just keep the excess. So if we put too many panels on, then you're paying monthly for panels that are producing energy for the utility. We don't want to do that. So I would rather be on the low side rather than the high side.
So the question is actually, do I need a battery for storage? But if they could keep it on the grid and you get it back dollar for dollar, that's a better deal than having a battery. But do you still need a battery?
Batteries, probably 1 in 6 installs of mine have batteries. It depends on what the needs are. I have people that have pool pumps, and they just want to make sure never to have what happened a couple of Februaries happen again.
Snowmageddon?
Snowmageddon. I have people that have medical equipment that they do not want to be, they can't go without. I even personally have a battery. What I use mine for is nightly. It hedges my bets on my energy consumption. So each night my battery sends energy back into my house. So it's not just a true emergency backup. I use it nightly, but it's also there for if a transformer blows or anything like that. So it just depends. It's an additional expense. If you're looking just to replace a bill with a lower one, probably not going to go battery. If you're on a hospital grid or a firefighter grid or anything like that, there's no reason for a battery. But it just depends on what you're needing it for. Doomsday preppers are another one. They always want batteries because You know, they're doomsday preppers. And they don't
Batteries
want to
and ARs.
Yeah,
Batteries
ARs and batteries. Exactly.
Gotta have them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, is solar worth it?
Absolutely. You know, if it's not, I won't even present it. So it's not, in every case, it's not. I've got commercial businesses that are paying 5 cents a kilowatt hour, and to return it on their investment, they're going to be 12 to 15 years. So, I mean, yeah, they can double their investment, but it's not as good as what I'm seeing. Residential, it's not even a return on investment. It's you're saving day one. But again, if I wouldn't present it to my own mother, I'm not going to present it to you. I'll just tell you why it doesn't work.
I can't sell something that I don't.
Yeah, if I wouldn't buy it, I'm not going to tell you to buy it. So, yeah.
Mike?
Hey guys, Neighborhood Solar, Mike Finney, here to answer your questions. And Bo, thank you for the time, man.
Thank you. If
Go
you have
Stars.
any questions, hit us up.
Yeah.
Mike would be happy to answer, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Sounds good.